Do you like audio dramas and audiobooks? Well, if you do, join me. I'm Jacqueline, Homeschool Hangout, and today we are going to talk about the Adventum Volume 1. Let's get into it. If you like these kinds of looks at different products, especially faith-based products, do me a favor, thumbs up this video, comment, subscribe, join me in my social media stuff, join me in my Discord server, join me in my Facebook group. You can find me so many places. Just find me and we'll talk and we'll become buddies. It'll be great. So let's get into it. So first off, I would just want to disclose I received this complimentary product through the Homeschool Review Crew for review. All opinions, mine and mine alone. So my family loves audio dramas, audiobooks, especially on like road trips and especially when the kids were younger. So when this came up to be available for review, I was all in. Send it to me. Let's check this out. And what I saw was that it was going to be like a dramatic adaptation of scripture. And they have multiple volumes of this for different parts of the Bible. This starts in the beginning. And so I got CDs. They also have it on MP3s, so you can just download the audio file. And I popped it in and let's go. And I have to say, as far as a dramatic adaptation, it's beautiful. The voice work, the sound effects, the music, very well done. It is very well done. What I wasn't quite expecting is that it was going to not just be very dramatic in its adaptation, meaning we're just going to fill in a couple holes, but we're going to interpret a little bit. And the interpretations are always open to, well, interpretation. Some you may agree with, some you may not. But it isn't scripture. And I just want to be very clear with that. It isn't scripture. It is taken from scripture and a little bit of interpretations added. And the reason that is so important for me that you understand that it is not scripture is when it started, it sounded like scripture. And if I had small children, I would really be a little concerned that they would think it's the Bible, and it's not. Now, you're talking to somebody who loves The Chosen, who, loves VeggieTales. And I mean, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not bow down to the chocolate bunny. So that's not always a problem. But it is a little concerning, like your preschoolers, your kindergartners might think that it's the Bible. And one of my concerns in those situations always, as somebody who is raised outside of church, is thinking that interpretations are the Bible. And so you kind of hold on to those things as a truth as you grow up, not realizing. So as long as, you are very clear with your children that it is not scripture, I personally think it could be a great conversation starter too. You talk about different things that happen, kind of like God and Adam hanging out in the garden before Eve is created. You talk about how Adam deals with his anger, things like that. And those are almost kind of, they're extra biblical to me. And that's fine. But I do think that you could have a great conversation with your children about that. So it's just being careful with that. As one of the things that I looked at is, to me, a lot of dramatic interpretations, like other, shows and things like that, tend to just fill in the holes, whereas this actually can interpret a little bit more. And just be aware of that. I didn't see anything like glaringly wrong, just not stuff that I 100% agreed with. I guess that's the best way to put it. And it's not necessarily that it was wrong, it's just not made clear in scripture. But in some ways, those are the best things to have conversations with your kids about. Here's this interpretation. And it was like literally, there's an interpretation of how Satan came down from heaven and was thrown out of heaven. And it's really interesting to me to have a conversation with your kids. I had a conversation with my 17-year-old that was really interesting as a base off of this. I personally think an audiobook is great, and a dramatic interpretation like this is great for long road trips, even relatively short road trips. 20 minutes here, because these are 20-minute kind of episodes. So if you're going to be driving for 20 minutes, and I live in California, Driving 20 minutes is not a hard thing to do. They're perfect for those, not even super long road trips. But I like it if you go into it with your eyes open and are prepared to look at it critically. If you're not prepared to look at it critically, I don't think this is a fit for people, especially people with young children. That's my opinion. But as a quality of audio drama, phenomenal. Phenomenally done. The effects, the sound quality, all of that is great. But just go in with your eyes open. But frankly, that's what I say about all books and movies and entertainment. Go in with your eyes open. Don't expect everything to be a perfect fit for every one of your reviews right out of the box. And this is just a great example of things to watch for. I'm realizing as I'm holding it up, you're just getting a lot of light off of it. I do have a coupon if you want physical CDs for free shipping, and that link will be in the bottom. There are a lot of other people, some other people who've also reviewed this, who have children of different ages and different viewpoints. So don't just take my word for it. Please follow the link down in the description and head over to the Homeschool Review Crew and see what other people think. That's one of the beautiful things is we all have slightly different viewpoints about the world. But yeah, thank you to the Adventum for sending this to my family, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.